Hi Elliott, here's your cup. It says Elliott on the bottom. We're going to give it some glaze now. This glaze that we're going to use first is a white speckled underglaze called Ivory Tower. And it's kind of cool because it has pink and blue specks in it. And I know you want a pink mug and you want it the fairy, what was it called, pixie pink? And we tried to get it for you and it was a super cool color, but we can't get it because it's brand new and it's not out actually available for sale yet. So we're gonna use a little bit of this white glaze and then we're gonna use a pink glaze on top. And this pink glaze has a little speckle in it too. And the pink is called Pinkaboo. And then we're gonna use an overglaze, a regular glaze, not an underglaze, for the inside. So you'll have lots of things to see. Generally, when we put this glaze on, you can kind of see if Gordon will bring the camera in close, you can kind of see these little speckles that are showing up there. They're kind of pink and they're blue. And when we put glaze on, we try to put about 3 coats on for everything, unless we start dipping it. Then we just have to dip it once. And we're gonna try to make your cup a little fun by trying a new experiment. And we'll show you that when we get to the pink part. And I'm not going to worry too much. You'll see the cup's upside down, so the lip of the cup is right here. And we're not going to worry too much about getting this underglaze on it, because when we do the glaze called Arctic White, we'll use that around the lip too, because that's a technique that makes it kind of pretty. Right, so that's pretty much our first coat of this glaze, and when it dries we'll come back and show you the second coat. Ready? Hey Elliott, we're putting the first deep coat of a deeper pink on your cup, and we're doing it through this netting to see if we can't get it to pick up some different texture than if we just use the paintbrush. So we're putting this one on with a sponge, and when that dries, then we're going to do the lighter pink color on top of this deeper pink and see if we can't make it kind of interesting. Okay, we're gonna let that dry and then we'll try the next round. Hey Elliott, here's just the pink, none of the darker color in it. So we should get a nice, wonderful pink on this cup for you. It'll hopefully have a little bit of texture to it. I don't know if you can kind of see, but using that net make that darker one go on a little texture-y. So, you wanna come behind me again maybe. Now, we're going to paint, starting at this bottom line. Do you notice that I didn't go all the way to the bottom with the paint? That's because if we get glaze on the bottom, it'll stick to the shelves and make a mess. So we're going to be really careful as we put this lighter pink. And you can see the difference in the shade there, huh? This is going to have some cool looking little texture to it, I think. I hope you like it. When we're not worried about COVID, I'm hoping you can come to the studio and paint your own just the way you want it. But having watched this, you'll have some pretty good ideas on what you might want to do with it, huh? texture looks pretty cool. Let's see here where we're going to have kind of two different colors going on because we put the texture in there, which will make it a little more interesting. I don't know if Gordon recorded it when I was telling you that we couldn't get the color that you picked because it is so cool, but it is also brand new. So none of the places where we could buy it had it yet. And by the time we're almost done with this coat, we'll have had 3 coats on this, which is kind of the magic number of glaze coats to get good coverage. Okay, Elliott's cup, all glazed.
Now we'll let it dry and put the white on the inside.
Yeah, because the inside's still just raw.
All right, now it's time to put the Arctic white on the inside of Elliott's cup. So here is the glaze. And since it is a mixture of chemicals in water, we need to give it a little mix to make sure it's nicely mixed up. And we'll take Elliott's cup, some glaze, pour it on the inside. Right now there's a bunch of glaze there. And we'll quickly dump it out. Put a little bit on the rim. Let it drip off and it'll dry and be ready to go in the kiln. And now we're ready to glaze. So Elliott's cup is going in to the kiln. A little spot for it right in with the rest of the mugs. All right. And as you can hear from the clicking, we've started our glaze firing. Still cold, 55 degrees. This one should go up to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. And it'll take about 8.5 hours. So we'll come back and check it when it's cool and see how things look. All right, the glaze fire is done. It's down to 162, so it's about time to open it up. So let's open it and see what looks inside. Oh, looks good.
Hot still.
Take up the next shelf. Here is Elliott's cup. Hope you like it.
Show the bottom. And inside.